Marco Silva set to leave Fulham. Iraola in advanced talks to take over at Liverpool. And interest in Morgan Rogers, Marcus Rashford, Calvin Phillips, and Ederson. Here are your daily Premier League news headlines. Hi everyone, hope you're well. Welcome back to the channel and to another edition of the daily Premier League news headlines, where I'll be going through all the latest news, rumours and reports. My name's Lee The Dorset Spur. If you're watching on YouTube, please like, share and subscribe to the channel. If you're listening to this on an audio platform, please hit that follow button and leave a review if you can. So, BBC Sport have stated that Fulham manager Marco Silva has confirmed he will leave the Cottagers after 5 years in charge, with the 48-year-old close to agreeing a deal to take over at Benfica. Silva's contract expires at the end of June, and uncertainty surrounded his future during the final months of the season. The Portuguese boss has had offered a through 3-year deal with the club, keen to keep him. Silva has previously managed Hull City, Watford and Everton in England, and was appointed in 2021 when Fulham were in the Championship. He steered the London club to promotion in his first season and has since established them as a Premier League side. Victory over Newcastle on the final day sealed an 11th place finish in this year's top flight. Fulham finished 10th, 13th and 11th in the other Premier League seasons in charge. In an open letter to the fans, Silva said, "After 5 years, our journey together comes to an end. To our fans, I asked you from day one to always be with us, and that's what you did these past 5 years. We achieved a lot together. My staff and I always felt your support. It will never be forgotten. Fulham will always be in my heart, and sooner or later, I will be back at Craven Cottage." BBC Sport have also stated that Liverpool are in advanced talks with Andoni Iraola as they look to appoint a new head coach following the sacking of Arne Slot. Iraola left Bournemouth at the end of the season and is the clear favourite for the role at Anfield. Liverpool are keen to make an appointment at the earliest possible opportunity and want a manager who fits their preferred playing style, which is to deliver front foot aggressive football. No approaches have yet been made with regard to Iraola's potential coaching staff. The Daily Telegraph have reported that Aston Villa are aware of interest in attacking midfielder Morgan Rogers from a number of clubs, including Arsenal, but have no intention of selling the 23-year-old England international. The newspaper have stated that Barcelona remain keen on signing Manchester United forward Marcus Rashford on a permanent basis, amid interest from Bayern Munich, Newcastle, Tottenham and Aston Villa in the 28-year-old England international. Sky Sports have reported that Ipswich boss Kieran McKenna is expected to be high on Fulham's shortlist to replace Marco Silva. Sky Sports News understands that McKenna's compensation would be in the region of £8 million after becoming a Premier League manager with Ipswich again. Fulham have not contacted any potential successors yet, with Silva having only just confirmed that he will leave on Tuesday. But the Ipswich boss has admirers at many clubs, including at Craven Cottage, and he is expected to be among the names under serious consideration. He has twice promoted Ipswich from the Championship and been in contention for the head coach role at Chelsea, Manchester United and others in the past few years. Sky Sports News have reported that Sheffield United have approached Manchester City about re-signing Calvin Phillips. The midfielder spent the second half of the season on loan at the club and they want him back despite playing only 3 times. Injury and suspension limited his game time, but manager Chris Wilder said in April, "I spoke to him and said we'd love to be an option for you if that's a possibility." And Fabrizio Romano and The Athletic have reported that midfielder Ederson will sign for Manchester United. Deal done with Atalanta for £45 million package with add-ons included. Agreement now in place. medical and formal steps to follow, but deal in place. Ederson will sign a full 4-year deal plus an option. So those are your headlines for today. Fulham manager Marco Silva moving on and going back to Portugal. That's an interesting one, I think, because given that he has been around English football for some time now, he has only really ever kind of been in charge of clubs that are not really, with all due respect to those clubs, they're not top clubs. Hull, Watford, Everton. So with Fulham, it feels like he's kind of hit a plateau, I guess. But a move back to Portugal, I would have thought he would have stuck around a little bit longer just to see if he could pick up one of those top jobs. And especially with Fulham, look like they're a club on the up with the investment in the new stand and so on. I find it a little bit of a strange one, but 5 years in one place is a long time. They kind of have plateaued out a little bit. But I guess, everyone needs a new challenge and so on. So I guess it does make sense for him personally. But, yeah, Premier League, you would think is where managers and players want to be. Who knows? Who knows? Liverpool in advance talks for Iraola. I can see that. It does make sense. Iraola is a good manager. He's done really well whilst he's been at Bournemouth. So it's kind of a good move for him. A big job for him to take over. So we'll see how that kind of pans out. And then lots and lots of rumours around different players moving on. Obviously, Morgan Rogers, a big name, had a really good season last season. Barcelona with the Marcus Rashford thing, I think it makes sense for Marcus Rashford maybe to stay at Barcelona. It looks like he wants to stay there. He had a great season there last season, but obviously their finances is their issue. Although they have just spent 80 million euros out on Gordon from Newcastle. So, it's a strange game, but I can't see Marcus Rashford coming back to England. For me, I think a team like Newcastle potentially. I don't see him coming to Tottenham, being a relegation team that we've been over the last couple of seasons. I think we'd have to really prove ourselves to kind of have that kind of impact. Aston Villa, I mean, he went there. They won the Europa League, so I suppose it does make a little bit of sense. But I think Barcelona, if he could stay there, I think that's where he would really, really want to stay. So yeah, we'll see how that one pans out. Kieran McKenna, I guess. Ipswich, are they going to be relegation fodder again, up and down? Would a move to Fulham be a better one for him? I guess it probably would, but it's a big step up, isn't it? I'm not sure that Fulham would really go for him, but nothing surprises me these days. And just finishing off on Calvin Phillips, I think it's such a shame that Calvin Phillips went to Manchester City, because I thought that he had such potential. He did so well for England in that midfield. Was it back in the Euros? Maybe even the World Cup. It's hard to remember. All the days fade into one. But I think Calvin Phillips did so well in a midfield. I think was partnering Rice at the time. And I thought he did really, really well. He got the move then to Manchester City. And I think that's where his problems started. He just wasn't fancied there. It didn't go well for him. And he's been on the decline ever since. He doesn't look fit. He doesn't look the same player. So we'll just have to see how that one pans out. I'm not sure, but I think Sheffield United, where he started, may well be the answer for him to get his life back in order from a footballing sense. Anyway, that's the headlines for today. So thanks for watching and listening. I hope you enjoyed it. If you're watching on YouTube, please like, comment, and subscribe. If you're listening on an audio platform, please follow and leave a review if you can. And I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.